Action.
Greetings all. This video that you're about to watch is about NGC 7822. Anyhow, you may notice a continuity issue when you're watching this intro and then the film, because you'll probably notice I'm wearing a different shirt in the video, but that's okay. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm shooting it tonight, because I'm not. I've actually already shot this target, and I forgot that I had done it until I was looking through some images last night, and I found it. So I thought I'd go ahead and finish this video off. Any of you who knows anything about the night sky is going to know that NGC 7822 is on the way out. In fact, as soon as it gets dark, it's just about to set. This is a winter target, and I did film it back in the winter. But in this video, NGC 7822, and bugs. Anyhow, I was just going to mention that my mom is always telling me that I'm swave and deboner. Now, my wife laughs at that notion, but you know what? Mother knows best, right?
Action.
Greetings all. Tonight we're going after an emission nebula called NGC 7822 up in the constellation of Cepheus. Now, this emission nebula doesn't have a common name, it's just got that number. It sets about 900 parsecs from Earth. Now, I probably done tricked y'all into thinking I'm smart because I know what a parsec is, but to be honest with you, until just a few minutes ago, I didn't know more about a parsec than the man in the moon. But I did learn that 900 parsecs is about 2,900 light years. That's how far away it is from Earth. Tonight, that's what we're going after. We're going to be using the William Optics Z103, the ASI 1600 mm with the filter wheel. We'll be shooting this object in narrow band. And when I process it, I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do a Hubble palette or a more traditional color palette. We'll figure that out when we get there. But tonight, NGC 7822. All right, here we are getting ready to go on NGC 7822. I'll show you what I've got done. I've already turned on all of my equipment. I've got the stellarium turned on. I've got the mount turned on and hooked up, and I've turned on PhD2 guiding. You can see here I've got the camera hooked up, the ASI 1600 mm Pro, and I have cooled it down to minus 15 degrees, so we're ready to go on that. Now, let me show you what the NGC 7822 looks like in stellarium. There it is right here. It's this thing here. It's this whole complex, but using the Z103 with the flat 6.3 fill flattener. That's a 0.8 focal reducer. This is how we're going to be framed up right here. And notice I've got the scope, the camera rotation set it to 254 degrees. Now that we'll have to fix that. We're not there right now, but we'll have to get there. So this is how we want to be framed up on the NGC 7822 and what it looks like to us. Now, let me show you how I'm going to do that. If we zoom back out, right now we are pointed right up here. This is Polaris. We're pointed right up here at Polaris. We just got polar aligned. So we're going to do a quick run over to this star right here, then the M point of Cassiopeia. That star right here is called Navi, and we're going to do a focus and mount synchronization right here on the star Navi. And then once we get that done, you see it's just a quick hop right on down here to NG 7822. Now, I am going to have some focus issues with both my telescope and my guide camera because I haven't used this scope in a while. And I'm set up for the small scope that I was using, so we are going to have to work through some focus issues to get going here. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, said we're pointing up to the North Pole. We are. I'm going to take a picture just right at where we're pointed right now, and we'll see if we can see some stars and get an idea on our focus, because unless we can get the focus dialed in pretty close, then the plate solving is not going to work. So we're not going to plate solve our way on over to Navi. So we'll just take a picture here and see what we're looking like right now. I'm going to take a 5-second picture on the luminance filter, and here we go. All right, yeah, this is way out of focus. You can see a big old star here, and I can kind of just barely see some fuzzy donuts over here, which are some out of focus stars. So I'm going to go start cranking this focus and see if we can get that dialed in. All right, I got focused up as good as I could on the North Star. I think I am focused enough now so that we can get a good plate solve. So I turned live view off, and we are now going to try to plate solve over onto the star Navi. Now I've selected Navi and Stellarium here, so I'm going to go to the framing tab, and this button right over here by coordinates, it's going to pull in the coordinates of whatever I have selected in Stellarium, in this case Navi, which is where we want to go to, so that's good. Now it's already pulled in Navi's coordinates. What it's doing now is it's looking through this database for a database picture of Navi, and if I have an internet connection, it'll pull it up and show it to us. If I don't have an internet connection, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, it'll fail out trying to pull up the picture, but that's okay. These coordinates are still good enough to work with. So it did pull up the image of Navi, so I guess I do have an internet connection tonight. You can see right here, this is the constellation, or the nebula called the Ghost of Cassiopeia. It sits right here next to Navi. Anyhow, we're ready to head on over to Navi. So what's going to happen now, as soon as I press the slew button, the telescope is going to head on over to Navi. And now it's not going to plate solve over there. It's just going to make one try to go to it and stop. It's probably not going to get right on top of Navi. That's okay. It's going to get close. Once it makes its first try, then we'll plate solve on over to Navi. So anyhow, I'm going to push the slew button, and just like clockwork, it's going to swing around over to Navi. So here we go. And there it goes, heading over to Navi, just like we told it to do. Now I can tell you that it is going in the right direction to point at Navi, so that's good news. All right, there it is. Okay, we're on Navi. We are focused and ready to get on over to target now. I'll show you how we're going to do that. First of all, let's go back to the framing page, and I have some images of this that I took on a previous night, and let's call up one of those images and I'll show it to you. This is how we're going to get framed up properly. Here it is. This is the ones I had taken before. So I'm just going to pull in the first HA that we took on this night. I'll open it up here, and what I'm looking for primarily, this is going to pull in the center of those coordinates that we used on the previous picture right here, this NGC 7822, and it's going to show us the camera rotation that we used, 254. I used this information, the center of reference, to go ahead and build a target sequence that all I need to do now is load it up, because I built it earlier today. So I'm going to load the sequence from the file here, and I called it NGC 7822 right here. So we're going to open that up, and this is the sequence that I want to do tonight. Notice you see that I've got some HASA HAS2 and O3, and I'm doing 10-minute exposures. But down here, I've got some 60-second exposures, which is red, green, and blue. And we're going to use these to capture the natural color stars. So the RGB stars that we'll then put into our otherwise narrow band image to get those natural star colors. So here's the plan that we're going to use. Notice that I said start guiding, slew to target, center target, and start taking this picture. So all I need to do now is press this button, and then like magic, it's going to go. Here, let me get rid of this. That was the star Navi that was up there before. So here's our NGC 7822. What should happen now, as soon as I push the run button, it's going to plate solve its way on over to NGC 7822, start guiding, and start taking pictures. Now I'm going to let it do that, but I'm going to stop it as soon as it gets there, because we're going to have to rotate the camera. So here goes. I'll push this button, and like magic, it's going to do what it needs to do. All right, so it's slewing from Navi right on over to the target, just a short hop. Oh boy, you know what it's doing? It's going the long way around. Let me show you why it's doing that. If we go and look, we just crossed the meridian. So here's NGC 7822, and here's our meridian that runs from north straight up like this. And you see that our target, NGC 7822, is across the meridian, but Navi is not. So it was on this side of the meridian on Navi to do the focus and mount synchronization. And then when we told it to move the short distance over, it had to cross the meridian to go over here. That's why it took the long way around. Anyhow, that's what it's doing. It just did a plate solve. It did a re-slew to get on target. And it's probably going to be right this time. Yep, there it is. It's on the right spot. It's going to start guiding. But like I said, I'm going to turn it off because we have to rotate the camera. We're in the right spot now, though, and we are guiding. So what I'm going to do now is go to plate solving. And I don't want to move, so I'm going to turn off sync, and I'm going to turn off re-slew to target because I don't want to go anywhere. We're in the right spot. All I want to do is do a plate solve and get the correct orientation for the camera. And if you remember, I said we wanted to be at 254 is what we're looking for. So here we go, plate solve. Now watch this number right here. I think this is the correct number. Okay, it's on 113. So I got to do that math. We're looking for 254. Minus 180, that is 74. So I want to get to 74 degrees. So I need to turn the telescope left by 39 degrees to get it over to. You know what? I better use a calculator. All right, 254 minus 180. Yeah, so we want to be on 74, and we're currently on 113.09. So we want to go left 39 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera left 39 degrees, and then we'll come back and see did we get it right. And I'll show you how we do that. All right, here's my camera rotator right here. All I need to do is rotate this, loosen up this set screw a little bit, and then rotate my camera left by 39 degrees. Now I've got a pointer on here somewhere, and I don't see it anywhere. So we'll just fake it. It's round on the bottom, and I don't want to get down there underneath it to find the pointer. So we're going to go left what I think is about 39 degrees. I think about right here. All right, now we'll do another plate solve, and watch this number right here. And if I did this right, it's going to wind up to be on 74. So here we go with the plate solve. Just watching the camera orientation now. 74 is what we're looking for. Okay, I need to go another 12 degrees. So I'm going to go do that another 12 degrees and see if we can get right on 74. Okay, I think this is going to be close. Here we go. Looking for 74 right here. 75, so I need to change it left by just 1 degree now. And then we're going to be where we want to be at. Okay, you can see here that we just got the first 03 image in. We're going on our second image now. We're almost 3 minutes into our second image. But look at here, there's a lot of signal here, more than I was expecting, frankly. I'm happy with this amount of signal. Let's take a quick peek at some of the stars. And those look pretty round to me. So I'm okay with the quality of this first 03 image. Now, I almost forgot that the first image that we took was 03 and then S2 just to balance out the numbers of exposures that I had got previously, and then we move on into the HA03S2. Down here we're going to get our RGB for the natural star color. But anyhow, I'll be back with you in a little while to look at an S2 image when it comes in, and then a little bit later on to look at a HA image when it comes in. But for now, 03 is looking good. Alright, we're getting ready for the next S2 frame to come in. See here, we got about 2 seconds. Let's watch it come in together. Coming in right about now. Alright, there it is, the S2 frame. You can see there's some signal here, about the same amount as there was 03. Maybe a little bit more down here. But there's good signal through here. Let's take a peek at the stars here. Yeah, those stars are pretty round. I'm okay with that. So I think good signal, good stars, and let's see what is next up. We're going now on an HA frame. So we've had a look at some 03, a look at some S2. So I'll be back with you in about 10 minutes to take a look at our first HA frame when it comes in. Alright, we got our first HA coming in here in about 18 seconds. You can see the countdown right here. Alright, I sped up time about 4 seconds until it comes in. Let's watch it come in together right about now. First 10-minute HA. There it is. How about that? How about that? You can see there's quite a bit more signal than from the 03 and the S2 frames. Quite a bit more. You see it mostly all throughout the frame here. Just take a quick peek at some of these stars. Yeah, still pretty round. I'm okay with that. That's a good amount of signal. I have to say that we have a really good start on this object. So I tell you what, I'm just going to let it run, and unless we come up against something strange or something weird, then I will see you at the end. Alright, I told you something weird came up that I would be back to look at it with you. Well, something weird has come up. What I want to take a look at right now, I have this 03 frame called up, and look at these 4 stars right here. They kind of make a triangle a little bit, and look right down in here at the bottom. Not a triangle, they make a rectangle. Look right down here at the bottom leg of the rectangle. You see there's nothing in between these 2 stars. There's nothing here. But now when I go to this next S2 frame, I'm going to call it up, and watch right here what comes in between these 2 stars. You see that right there? Look at that. See that it's almost shaped
almost shaped like this. It's not a star. You can see what the other stars look like. And like I showed you, it was not on this 03 frame. And then if we go look at the next S2 that came in, I'm calling it up. Keep your eye on the thing right here. It goes away. So not there on the following frame, not there on the previous frame, but on this S2 frame right here, calling it back up. Keep your eye right here. There it is. So, well, what do you think that is? Not a star. It's not a airplane. Not an asteroid, because those make straight lines. This is nowhere close to a straight line. So, if you have any ideas on what this is, leave it in the comments for me. I got to tell you, I don't know what it is. I just know what it's not.